2 days before the World Cup final halftime show, Shakira posted something that stopped people mid-scroll. And it had nothing to do with the performance itself. Here's the setup. Earlier this year, Shakira put out an open call for dancers to join her on the biggest stage of 2026, the halftime show at the World Cup final. Out of everyone who responded, one group stood out above the rest. The Ghetto Kids, a young dance collective from Uganda that had already been making waves on social media with their energy and rhythm. These kids got the call. They flew to the United States. And what happened next is the part nobody was quite expecting. On July 16th, Shakira went on Instagram and posted an album of photos and videos, candid, warm, clearly unguarded, with a message directed straight at the Ghetto Kids. Her words, "The Ghetto Kids from Uganda have changed our lives." Then she added, "Spending time with them has been magical and has taught us so much. I'm so happy to finally have them here in New York to dance with me at the World Cup final." Now look, Shakira knows how to craft a moment for the internet. She's been doing it for decades. But read that message again. Changed our lives. Taught us so much. That's not the language of a production credit. That's someone who genuinely got surprised by an experience she thought she was just managing. The photos back it up. One image shows Shakira hugging two of the kids, all three of them grinning. Another is a full group shot. But the one that's generating the most reaction, and honestly, the one worth pausing on, is a candid street photo taken from behind. Shakira is walking down a New York sidewalk carrying one of the Ghetto Kids. To her side, her son Sasha, who is 11, walks arm in arm with another child from the group. And behind them, her older son Milan, 13, is doing the same thing with two more of the kids. Nobody seems to know they're being photographed. It's completely unposed. And that's exactly why it lands the way it does. You can stage a press release. You cannot stage that. The trip hasn't just been rehearsals and photo ops either. Shakira took the Ghetto Kids to Times Square, where, because of course they did, they broke into their signature dance moves right there on the street. She also brought them to a concert she performed at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on July 14th. Shakira described that night as the most magical, citing walking toward the stage with the Ghetto Kids beside her, alongside guest Wyclef and the crowd in New Jersey. That detail matters. She didn't just put them in the halftime show, she brought them into her live concert. These kids went from a casting call to being part of her actual touring world in a matter of months. Now, here's where I want to zoom out for a second, because the full picture of Sunday's World Cup final halftime show is genuinely staggering. On July 19th, at MetLife Stadium, the New York, New Jersey venue hosting the final, Shakira and Burna Boy will perform Die Die, the official World Cup anthem. Also on that same bill, Madonna, BTS, and Justin Bieber. That's the company the Ghetto Kids from Uganda are walking into. And separately, the closing ceremony lineup includes Robbie Williams, Laura Pausini, Nicole Scherzinger, Jennifer Hudson, Post Malone, Tom Cruise, and IShowSpeed. This is not a small moment. And somehow, the story that cut through all of it this week was Shakira carrying a kid on a New York sidewalk. There's something worth sitting with here. Shakira launched a general audition. The Ghetto Kids answered it. And somehow, between that open call and now, something shifted. Her words, her kids on that sidewalk, the concert in New Jersey. It stopped looking like a production and started looking like a relationship. Whether the show on Sunday delivers everything it's promising is a question we'll answer in a couple of days. But this week at least, the most memorable image from Shakira's World Cup run isn't a stage or a costume. It's a candid photo from behind on a sidewalk in New York of 5 kids walking like they've known each other their whole lives. So, what do you think? Are you watching the halftime show for the performance, or is this backstory what's actually got you invested? Drop it in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss our breakdown of how Sunday actually goes.